Welcome back, everybody, to Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remastered. I am Marusu, and today we are heading to our boat to go across the lake to a new location, and apparently immediately getting into a fight. Now, we have this nitro powder. We have to go see what we can use that for. I just hit 200 damage. I am definitely getting stronger. Alright, so yeah, I want to go to my boat and to another fight. The monster encounters in this game can be pretty high. They are unrelenting with the monster encounter rate in this game. It's insane. But hey, experience. Alright, yeah, so to the left of the castle is another fight. These sharks just don't want me to talk today. Sorry about that. Alright. As I was saying, to the left is this dock. And another shark. Alright. There's another dock. There we go. Okay, I made it to the dock. Right. Now we want to go this way. Find some ogre chiefs and ogres. And you want to go inside this cave to find gnomes, dwarfs. You want to find dwarfs and a bunch of chests. Weird crystal eye. Even the blind can see. I hear that the Dock of Astos nicked the one belonging to Matoya. Yeah, you can come here to get a hint about that, but we had no reason to come here otherwise. Get that. More gil. Love to see it. How you grab the Smith? Smith? Is the smithy he is? Oh, God. You just say something. Yeah, so the smithy Smith. The earth has started to rot. It began in the west, and no, the decoy spreads. I am sorry for any person that lives in like Norway or Sweden or anything. The Scandinavian areas, or anyone that's like Irish or Scottish. I am butchering all of the languages right now. If only I could have some of the legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to craft you a magica sword. Yeah, remember this guy from much later. And not so fast. They are for just display. You cannot fight with them. Yeah, so this guy will make you one of the best weapons in the game. If you can find him some adamantite. So remember him for later. He is very important. No, I don't want to be down here yet. There's more chests to grab. In here? What do you say? Dasund? Ah, that's Nerek. He's smashing rocks at the back of the cave. Yeah, we just ran into that guy. I don't want to go down there yet. Mind that when it comes to defense, a good amulet can be every bit as vital as body armor. You should try one oot sometimes. That soon? I'm looking for some levy stone. It's supposed to be an amazing metal that makes things float in the air. Remember him for later. We're gonna have to give him a levy stone. Lally-ho! Lally-ho indeed. Lally-ho. Oh, maybe I do want to go. No, I want to go. Yeah. No? Yeah. Maybe I do want to go down here. Maybe it's over this way. Ah, there's the door. Okay, so it was down here. There we go. More chests. With a tent. A grand helm. That is great. A worm killer. An ether. A potion. A mithril mail. More gil. And a cottage. That is a great haul. Yeah, that worm killer is effective against dragons. Guess what we're not going to have equipped by the time we fight dragons? A worm killer. We will find a better sword long before we fight dragons. Yeah, but the Grand Helm, good piece of defensive gear. You can have the Rune Blade now. And anything else? Nope. Okay. Yay. Alright, that should be all of the... Yeah, that's all the chests for Mount Draugr. And now we want to talk to this guy. Nitro powder. The explosive force of this powder will have me canal open in no time flat. I owe ye, Barnes. Guys, I'm really sorry for my butchering of these words, this language. I'm trying. There we go. Now to blast the rock to smithereens. What are you standing around for? The powder's set to blow. Unless you plan on going with it, you best get out while you still can. Alright, we gotta run away. Bye-bye. Yeah, so he's gonna blow up the mountain and absolutely not destroy the ecosystem at all. By blowing up this piece of land. Giving us a little pathway to get our boat out of the lake and into the open world. And the world is our oyster at this point. Silence. Victory fanfare. We have done it. I cannot wait to see what lies out to beyond that canal. Me neither. Maybe the crystals I'm looking for are out there. Alright, so with that done, we want to head back to our boat and move on with our lives. Get across the river to a new town. Or across the ocean to a new town. My bad. Then make it all the way back to my boat. Backtrack in the game. Alright. Now, where do we want to go? Alright. We can go through this canal now. And there's a dock right to the west. We want to head that way. So glad this boat is so fast. Alright. And now we are at a new town of Melmond. This place has seen better days. Return the crystal to Grace. If the Earth Crystal regains its glow, life will return to the Earth. the hills and valleys will again be green. Stop by my father's shop, okay? Okay. I'm just a farmer. Okay. In the cave to the southern tip of the continent lies a man named Sada. He is a wise man who knows much. What is my name? I've come all the way from Draugr to find out the springhead of the Earth's decay. Okay. I've heard that the ancients possess something with the power to make ships float in the sky. That sounds like a certain stone that someone wants. Long ago, the prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin, much like this town. Can I talk to you? Turn the crystal to grace. I'm just a farmer. Sorry about that. The vampire attacked during our destroying our church and leaving our city in shambles. Not the church. How am I going to get back from death? Is there nothing we can do to stop the ruination of Earth? That sounds like a job for a JRPG protagonist. Alright, so we got new things to buy here. We got a new staff that, again, my mages can't wield. A saber, a longsword, and a falchion. Hey, remember how I said we're going to be getting a better sword long before we actually kill a dragon? Yeah, here's that better sword. Yeah, just like any other town, make sure that you resupply yourself, buy upgrades and stuff every single time you see a new town. The giant living in the cave eats rocks. He'll eat just about any kind of rock, but I hear he especially likes gems. You can't get enough of them. Sounds like I have to give the giant a gem. There is nothing I, the great Dr. Une, do not know. What? You've never heard of me? Inconceivable! My favorite word from one of my favorite actors from one of my favorite movies. If you know, you know. The Cavern of Earth is to the south of Belmont, on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be the closer you got to the cave, the more fertile the soil. Now it's a barren waste. That's not good. There's the decaying, and it's all the doing of the vampire that lives in the Cavern of Earth. Our town is in such rotten shape because he's blocking the flow of the power of Earth. Will you stop him for us? Well, I'm gonna have to. That's my job. I am the heroes of light. Warriors of light. Yeah. You can buy knight's armor here. If you have the money. Incredibly expensive. I would say definitely worth the grind for the money. You probably don't need it this second, but make sure that you pick it up if you want it. If you don't want it and you want to just wait till the next town to get something better, you can. But if you want it now, you can easily get it after the next dungeon. Getting it before the next dungeon is optimal, but if you don't feel like doing the grind, you don't need it. I'm not going to do the grind. My warrior is fine enough as he is. Also, because I'm not going to have time to do the grind between now and the next dungeon. The next dungeon is, well, next. But I can buy some armlets. And that is it. Buy 2 armlets. Yep. You also have magic in this town. Level 5 magic. Which you probably cannot afford right now. I can buy 2 things. If you're buying any magic at this moment, there is 2 that you need to have. Faraga or teleport. Teleport is an easy way to get out of dungeons. It cannot take you completely out of the dungeon, but it does take you to the previous floor, so you don't have to backtrack as much. And for white magic, if there's any magic here that you want to get, life. 100% life. Level 5 magic is fantastic on your white mage. Life allows you to revive a dead party member. You will not have to worry about your Phoenix Downs. They are way too costly, and life is just easier. Life is a, excuse the pun, life saver. And then Healera is a better healing spell. All of these things are useful. Kiraga is a great heal. Dialga is going to... It's a great against undead enemies. And as the people of this town said, there's a vampire in the Cavern of Earth that is rotting the earth. So we're going to have to deal with this vampire, and vampires are undead. So he's weak to Dia as well as fire. Do I need a rest? Yeah, I'll rest. Yeah. But it's unlikely that you're going to have a lot of gil at this point. You could probably manage the dungeon without really getting the knight's armor or buying new spells. That haste that we got is going to be useful. Whoops. Right. Now the vampire is a magic user, and he uses, I want to say it's fire quite a bit. So no blaze is very useful to have. And Fira will do enough damage on him, and you can just cast haste and temper to your fighters, and you can do enough damage. So whoops, my bad. So you don't need to worry about it right now. It's a gravestone. 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 No fallen heroes in this town? No? Okay. So you don't need to worry about it right now. You can buy all this stuff when you come back. Here's a new enemy. Hyenodon. Much like the wolves, it is a fast enemy. Not too difficult. It's just fast. But it doesn't hit very hard. There's one more enemy I want to find before we reach the cave. We're in a lot of caves today in this game. So many caves. Yeah, so we want to go to that triangle on our map, this peninsula down here, and a bunch of spiders. Arachnophobes. Stay away from this forest. There's a lot of spiders. At least they're not those creepy plants from Final Fantasy IX. If you know, you know. I will probably be getting to that game at some point. My main goal right now is I'm just going through the Pixel Remaster and then seeing where I stand after that. Whoop. That's a cave I don't want to go into right now. I want to go down here. Wait, more bugs. Tarantulas, spiders. Poison. Poison is fun. We love poison, don't we? At least no one's getting poisoned right now. Right. See, I'm already getting a lot of money. Alright. And there is the Cavern of Earth. Alright. Make sure you rest beforehand. A sleeping bag will just be fine. A sleeping bag heals you a percentage of your max HP, not current HP. So if you're not too far down, they will fully heal you. And I haven't used any magic, so no point in doing all that. So let's go into the Cavern of Earth. Alright, at first glance, this place is a maze. Make sure you check your map when you can. And grab chests. You want to go north first. Here's some gargoyles. All right, there's 6 new enemies in this dungeon. First things first, we want to go up here. There's some cobras. And I'm poisoned, of course. Should have bought me more antidotes. I didn't realize I was going to be eating through them so fast. You might see the results of being underprepared. Alright. In here, monsters! A bunch of these boxes in this dungeon are going to have earth elementals. They are a magical based enemy that, well, is earth elemental. Does that mean that they have a weakness to something? Probably. Do I know what it is? Not off the top of my head. You can just beat them with your weapons and they'll be dead. And Arthur and Marusu leveled up to 20. Nice. Give me my strength and more luck. That's fine with me. And for that, I got more gil. Nice. Wait. I want to go back into that room. Anaconda. Alright, yeah, I want to check from this room. Yeah, there's 4 more chests down there you want to go and get. Mummy. Still nothing new yet. But yeah, there is, much like the Marsh Cave, this place also has a bunch of undeads in there. Go this way, gargoyles. Yeah, by the time I get out of this cave, I should have enough for all the level 5 spells I want, and maybe even the Knight's Armor if I get lucky. Yeah. So down here is the Hall of Giants. It's a place where, in the original, like the older versions of the game, every tile was a random encounter with a hill gigas. Every single tile. In this game, they made the monsters in the overworld so you can see them, just talk to them, you get into a fight, and you end up fighting a hill gigas. Now, these guys hit hard. They're pretty strong. Still want to take out the lizards first, because they could be a problem. Yeah, 62 damage. And 24, okay. He blocked that somehow. Alright, so yeah. 24, 21. And just keep beating them up, and hopefully your strength can outstrength them. But yeah, they do hit hard. This hallway is a great place to grind. You see that experience in that gil? Great place to grind if you're underleveled. Just be careful. They can hurt. Use up all my potions. Alright, so there's still 5 more enemies in this place. I'm probably not going to see them on this floor. Let me go this way. Ogre Chief and an Ogre. I want to go down this way. We saw that these rooms down here had items in them. How much money do I got? Ooh, we got a lot of money now. Oh, not that way. This place could be a maze. Tarantula ambushed. Yep. Okay. Go down here. Get into another fight with some cobras. Gil and more monsters. Another earth element. Just beat it up and you should be fine. Can't hit hard. But what in this game can't hit hard? And you get a potion for your trouble. Yay. That potion can be used to heal Sifa of the damage you did to her face when you punched her. Listen to that music. Ooh, here's a new enemy. And it's dead. That was a Minotaur. As you can see, they're not that dangerous. But much like everything else in this game, they if you get unlucky with their rolls, they can beat you up pretty fierce. But they are not that scary. They become scarier when you get mobbed by them. Here's another earth element. Oh, they're almost in every single one of these boxes. More monsters. Another earth element. You can just auto battle a lot of these fights. The bosses are the ones you really have to watch out for. And some rare enemies throughout the game. There's some fights later on in the game that you have to be a little more cautious about, but for the most part, you can just auto battle your way through most of this game. Especially if you're prepared. Make sure you upgraded all your stuff. And now we move on to the next floor. After we kill some cobras. Yeah, and there's still 4 more enemies left in this dungeon for us. So now we're done here with key bats. All right. Do you want to go south? Which way do you want to go? You go north. Down there. Door over there. That's the way forwards. And there's a door down there. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you check your map constantly and you'll never get lost. And I'm poisoned. And he's poisoned. Just check it constantly. And here's a troll. I have bad experiences with these guys because they're frenzied. They've one-shot my black mage in the past when playing this game. 14 damage. Yeah. Well, much like anything else, your two damage dealers are going to be doing so much damage that nothing can really survive them too much. Here's 2 Minotaurs. Yeah, see, I just one-shot him. But I might also be over-leveled. Coral Sword and a tent and some gil. Alright, that Coral Sword is a good upgrade for you. Does more damage on aquatic enemies, which we will not be finding here. All these enemies are mostly undead and bugs. Here's another troll. But it is more attack power, which is good. Got more luck on Ophelia. That's okay, I guess. And I want to go this way. Another troll. Yeah, this floor is littered with trolls. An ogre and ogre chief. 3 of them this time. Ow. Alright. And here we have another earth elemental. Who is now dead. And I got a remedy. That's nice. A leather shield, more gil, and more 5,000 gil. That is nice. I have enough for that night shield now, but magic comes first. Now this leather shield is not useful for anyone. A lot of these chests in this game are red herrings. They're there. You collect them for completion, but they don't have a lot of useful stuff in there. Ouch. Alright, so I have to heal him. Ouch. Please die. Alright, good. Attack him. That's fine. I'm gonna regret not getting that life spell. Alright, now we can move on to the next floor. Now that Marusu's not dying again. Ouch. Yeah, they do a lot of crits. But so does Marusu. Alright, and then down this way to the next floor of the dungeon. After wolves. Am I ever gonna like not have to deal with wolves? Alright, basement 3. I want to go this way. An Ochu jelly. Another magical elemental thing. I have to guess probably doesn't like ice. critical. Yep, definitely does not like ice. Also didn't like my coral sword either. Alright. A sleeping bag. Yay. Alright, so there's another chest up there. Another one over there. Nothing in that room. Chest there. Chest there. Alright, so just keep following the path. Taking every detour you can. Here is a wraith. That's not new. Don't want to use all my spell charges on these guys. Well, that's not good. They paralyzed my 2 fighters. Yeah, and this is what I mean by status effects in this game could easily screw you over. Because if they happen to paralyze all of my party members, then they're just getting free hits on me. They're just getting free hits on me. And I won't be able to do anything about it. Sadly, there's no way to get rid of paralysis. You just have to wait. Okay, here is a white. It is the upgraded form of a ghast. Not much more to say about it than that. It is a stronger ghast. And they can still paralyze. Like it's times like now that using Fira would be beneficial to just wipe out the entire group of them, but I don't want to waste all my spell charges on them. Yeah, they are also pretty fast, so they're getting in a lot of turns. And this is why I have Thor. Yep. Hey, look, more Pisco demons. Regular enemies. They are a regular enemy here now. Oh, there's nothing over here. Not bad. More wraiths. And she's paralyzed. That's fine with me. Alright. Moving on. Let's go. It's just auto attack. Because, yeah, physical attacks don't seem to be resistant to that. Alright, so new here. More Gil. To scratch that itch at the back of my head called shopping addiction. And I'm poisoned. Arthur is now in the 400s HP. Sifa's still a bit low on HP. She has 200 now, yeah, but enemies are doing like 80 damage now. So, it's not much. That's why you want to keep her in the back of the row, because she will get attacked a lot if she's not. But, as you've seen, your RNG can get pretty screwy and that's just an enemy. I don't need to fight you. In the original, like the older versions of the game, that would be a trap room where you would go in there, try to see if there's chests in there, and then step on the monster block, the monster tile. It'll proc you into a fight, and then, 9 times out of 10, you'll probably die. Now, these guys are your worst nightmare, all right? They have a chance of petrifying you and paralyzing you. They can make you get a game over if you get unlucky enough to fight a lot of them at one time. There's a dungeon coming up. It might actually be the next dungeon we do, where we're going to have to deal with that throughout the entirety of the dungeon. And the worst part is, gold needles cost 500 gil. So in order to stock up on those, you're going to need a lot of money. Now, they are not too terrible to take out, and they don't hit that hard, but it's the status elements that they do that is absolutely going to end your entire existence. And it fleed. And it fleed. I swear they're dangerous. I swear they're dangerous. Monsters. Another earth elemental. Ooh, Mercer's dying again. Mercer, I can't keep paying for your medical bills. I mean, I can now because that gave me a lot of money. Here you go. Have that. Now stop dying. Alright, now all that I have left is that one chest right there. Right? Oh! Gosh darn it. I took the wrong turn. I have to backtrack. I checked up in the upper right corner for the door. The door was below it. See, this is why you want to check your map constantly, so you don't have to backtrack. It's not too difficult. Gaston a white. Yeah, I think we found all 6 enemies here. We found the Hill Gigas in the Hall of Giants. We found the Troll. This is the White. We just fought the Cockatrice. The Jelly, and the Minotaur. Yeah, we found every single enemy in this cave. With the exception of the boss. Which is, again, more of a mini-boss than an actual boss. Like, Astos was a boss. This vampire is more of a mini-boss because he is a recurring enemy later on in the game. Pisco Demons. Alright, it was down here. Yeah, I got confused because my brain thought that this is the path I came from. These random encounters can make you forget which way you came from, so just always check your map. It'll be very helpful in knowing, it's like, oh no, I came from that way rather than that way. I knew I came from the south, but it was on that left turn path over here, not this one. Yeah, so I want to go in here and grab this, which is more monsters. More Earth Elemental. 92? Ouch! Nay. And a gold needle. That is going to be helpful. I was just talking about how expensive those are and how much we're going to need them later on. And now 4 cockatrices. Maybe you'll see why they're so dangerous now. Yeah. Not too difficult to kill. They have no health. But if you do get ambushed by them, they can start petrifying you. And they do drop gold needles, which is good. But they can start petrifying you, which would make it If you're petrified, it counts as being dead. You do not gain experience, and you cannot act until you get unpetrified. If your entire team gets petrified, game over. But they do not take long to kill, and he's petrified. Yeah. Oh, you do still get experience, but he'll stay petrified. So I'm gonna have to use that gold needle now. Sort that. Put that at the top. There you go. Now Stona might be a good ability to get because the gold needles are expensive. But just buy like 20 gold needles and you should be fine. For the next dungeon, I'll get into that more in a future video when we go there. For now, we're going through here, fighting a bunch of mummies. Feel like Brendan Fraser. All right, and then yeah, more mummies. The entire cave is trying to get me. Nope, it's not there. Where is it? Okay, it is down here. Okay. More ogres and ogre chiefs, and Arthur is dying. That's not good. I'll make sure I fully heal up before this boss fight. I'll just heal up now. Oh my god. Ooh, she broke 300. Alright, go through here. Alright, you see this bat? That's the vampire. All things in this void are destined to end in death. The seal cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. Alright, so this is the vampire. Want to know how strong he is? Not very. I mean, he hits hard. But just cast Fear on him, and he's dead. Very easy boss. Just hope that he doesn't attack your mages, because he does over 100 damage. If he got a critical, Sifo would have died. And for my troubles, I get the Star Ruby, a gemstone that I have to give to, someone. There's nothing else in here. There's this path over here. I didn't mean to do that. Keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah. To this, a stone slab is set in the floor. An evil force seems to emanate from within. Yeah, we can't get further in this dungeon yet. As you can see, we only have 16 out of 24 of the treasures. We can't get further in this dungeon yet. We have to do a little bit more in order to do that. I'm going to regret not getting... I am going to regret not getting teleport, ain't I? Alright. So now I just have to make my way out of this cave. I'll see you all on the outside of this cave if I do not die. I'll see you all there. All right, everybody, I made it outside. I didn't die. I did get petrified a couple more times, but we're looking good. I'm gonna use a sleeping bag. All right, so that'll be it for this episode. In the next one, we're gonna go hand off the Star Ruby to whatever person wants it. We heard a little hint about a giant in the mountains to the west that likes eating gems. So I'm gonna go see if he wants a ruby in his tummy. And until then, if you like what I do, like and subscribe to my video. Any hints, tips, or suggestions that y'all have for future videos, anything you want to see me do, any references you want me to continue, if you want me to continue making my references and whatnot, I have a buttload of them. Comment down below your thoughts, your feelings, everything is welcome. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.